I marvel upon you as you awesome stand and face Jerusalem. Yeah. Blessing of the Sabbath. Barakatah Yahweh. Bahasham Yahweh Shah. Asherah. Bethalanawa. Hashabath. Bashalawam. Tawada. Aman. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah that gives us the Sabbath in peace. Thank you, so be it. Taha'ai Ma'ad Asheraim Akkad. Psalm 121. Anya Harayim Ayanyam Ya Oh Haharim Ma'ayan Yabawa'a Isaiah Yabawa'a Mayahawa Sha'asha Shamayim Wa'arataza La'a Yanathan Lamawat Regalia Yala'a Yanawam Shashamarka Hana La'a Yanawam Wala'a Yayashun Shashuma Yasharala Yahweh Shamaya Yahweh Tazalia I'll Yad Yim Yim Ya Yawamam Hashemash La'a Hakaya Wayarak La'a Balayala Yahweh Yashamaya Makal Ra Yashamar Napasha Yahweh Yashamar Hawalakia Wabawa'aya Ma'aitha Wa'i Bahasham Yahawasham Thawada Aman.
Psalms 121. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Amen.
Amen. Okay. Shema Yashrela, heal Israel. Shema Yashrela, Yahweh, Allah Hayanawa, Yahweh, Akkad. Shema Yashrela, Yahweh, Allah Hayanawa, Yahweh. Akkad. Shema Yashrela, Yahweh, Allah Hayanawa, Yahweh, Akkad.
Deuteronomy 6:4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Amen.
Amen. Tapala Yahweh, the Lord's Prayer. Abiyanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwithka, Saba'ah, Ratazawanka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Ka, Bashamayim, Nathalanawa, Lakam, Yawum, Za, Wasalaklanawa, Kababathnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kababathnawa, Wala'a, Habiyanawa, O, Nasayawan, Abo, Hawashinawa, Mara, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahafa Parath, La'aywalam, Aman.
Matthew 6:9. After this manner, therefore, pray, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen.
Amen. Ha'ashira Matazawaf, the Ten Commandments. La'a, Yahaya, Laka, Alahayim, Akarim, Alpanya, La'a, Ta'isha, Laka, Paso, Wala'a, Taibadam, La'a, Dalakwaka, Shamwa, Yahweh, Alahayaka, Lashua, Zakar, Ath, Hayawam, Hashabath, Lakodashwa, Kabad, Abiyaka, Wa'amaka, La'a, Taratazak, La'a, Sana'ap, La'a, Zaganab, La'a, Ta'ina, Shakur, La'a, Zakhamad, Ko, Ashara, Lara'ayaka, Aman.
Exodus 20:2. I am the Lord thy God, which hath brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visited iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the 7 days. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and holiday. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. Amen.
Amen. Shabbat, you see it.
Hey, the juice is in the refrigerator for the door.
Barakatha Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Asherah, Nathalanawa, Par Yahakapin, Thawada Amun, La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ath Yasha'ala. English translation: Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the fruit of the vine. Thank you, so be it. to Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shah with Israel. A Madra Punyoy Roshan stand and face Jerusalem. Barakah Yahweh, Hagadol, Rakhawam, Abiyah, Wanara'ah, Alayawan, Malak, Sho, Shamayim, Wa'aratazah, Wako, Dabayim, Kayayim, Wagam, Hamashiach, Mayahawa, Adawan Noah, Ahab Noah, Hapalah, Yahweh Itazah, Yahweh Shah, Zakar Noah, Yahweh, Barataza 1, Imka, Yasha'Allah, Izar Noah, Banah, Wasa, Yasha'Allah, O, Nanawa, Yum Yun, Aitha, Kayawamyam, Makwadam, Baba Kusha, Shalat, Mayaka'Allah, Wahataza Wadat, Alahayim, La, Maganawa, Rapanawa, Washamar, Alnawa, Ba'ikor, Shalat, Aroka, Sho, Yahweh Shai, Lanawa, Lalamanawa, Rabin, Kakama, Sabawana, Wada'ith, Sho, Dabarka, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Zawada, Some Yad, Waiulam, Aman. English translation. Blessed are you, Yahweh, the great, merciful, mighty, terrible, most high power, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. And also the anointed from Yahweh, our Lord, our friend, the wonderful counselor, Yahweh Shai. Remember us, Yahweh, favorably, your people Israel. Help us build and gather Israel. Most high, we beg you, right now, like the days of old. We send Michael and the righteous powers to protect us, heal us, and watch over us. Mainly send the spirit of Yahweh Shai to us, to teach us much wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of thy word. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you always and forever. So be it. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the law. Barakatha Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Asherah, Athalanawa, Athawara. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives to us light to see. Barakatha Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Asherah, Athalanawa, O war, Lara Awa. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the ram's horn to call the people. Barakatha Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Asherah, Athalanawa, Koran, Ha'yo, La Korah, A'im. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the olive oil to anoint Israel. Barakatha Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Asherah, Athalanawa, Hashaman, Zayath, Lamashak, Yasha'Allah. Shawah, be seated. All right, Shalom, Yashallah. Happy Sabbath. Shah Shabbath to all those who are watching on the live stream, listening on the teleconference line, as well as to the brothers and sisters that's here in the school. Say peace to all, and again, happy Sabbath. Today is the 1st of June, 2019. It is the Sabbath day. seventh day of the week, Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, where we come before the Most High and honor and worship on his day. We are Hayash Kanas, for those who are first watching us or listening on a conference line, which means the congregation of Israel. And it's our objective to go through the Bible, the word of the Most High, in its entirety, Old Testament, New Testament, as well as the hidden books known as the Apocrypha that were a part of the original 1611 King James Version Bible. But you can get it in its own separate book. And also in printed editions of the 1611, you can still get it. Where we go through all of those sections to read the law, understand the law, practice and keep the law, go through scriptures to get history, understanding where we come from, our origins, our plights, and the status of where we are here in these last days. We understand the holy days or the ceremonial laws that we're supposed to keep in reference to how we worship on days that the Most High has designated as his days, where he wants all Israel to come before him and honor, that has history associated with it. We have dietary laws the Most High has given as he has created all things on the planet Earth. And he's given us strict rules on things for how we are to deal with these animals and birds and fish, what things we can eat, what things we cannot eat, right? We go through moral and civil laws on how we conduct ourselves or live amongst ourselves, as well as even the other nations that Most High has created in the world. We go through prophecies, right? To understand the sign of the times, things that have passed, things that are going on right now, as well as things that are to come. In the scripture, it also gives geography, archaeology, so that we can go and backtrace and bring up these things from the past and to prove that the Most High is true, his word is true, and everything that he has stated and still to come will come to pass. So this is the objective and the mission, and trying to raise up the lost tribes of the nation of Israel, right? Those whose ancestors come on their father's side, going back at least 3 to 4 generations. Those who are known as the Native American Seminole Indians, who were here before the Spaniards and the conquistadors came. Those who are known as the Hispanics that represent throughout North, Central, and South America, and those who are still scattered throughout, as well as the so-called Negroes who were brought over on cargo slave ships to serve slavery, coming from the western shores of Africa, and then transferred throughout North, Central, and South America, as well as Europe and other areas as well. Keeping in mind, there's a prophecy the Lord said that he would scatter Israel to all nations, meaning throughout the whole earth, you'll find Israelites, whether it's in Asia, whether it's in Australia, whether it's in Europe, England, Africa, America, so forth and so on. The Lord has scattered the lost tribes throughout. So we go through the scriptures to identify those who are representation of those descendants, as well as to raise them up, give them a sense of awareness, try to bring them back to keeping those laws, statutes, and commandments that was given to them, all our ancestors, all the way back during the time of Moses, where we tried to keep them and fell and didn't, keep it to the best extent according to the Lord's will on how we should operate. We follow Yahushua in the Hebrew, that's known in the English as Jesus or Jesus Christ. So for those who are wondering if we follow or believe Jesus Christ, most sure, right? So you read about him in Old Testament, New Testament, and in the Apocrypha. He is our Savior. He's our Redeemer, right? He's the example. He sets the standard, the only begotten of the Most High, the Heavenly Father, right? So now he is the one in which we now look to for guidance. He is the one that we need to go to even get to the Most High, right? To be that advocate for us, so that we can be adopted back to the Father, fallen from past grace because of sins. So this is what the objective is. On these days, on the Sabbath day, we come and we read the scriptures, Old Testament, New Testament. Today we're in the Old Testament, reading. We're going to be in the book of Numbers today, the 29th and the 30th chapters. Next week we'll be in the New Testament, I think in the book of Luke. And the week following that will be back in the Apocrypha, I think concluding in Tobit. So that's our schedule. I know we missed a couple Sabbaths due to circumstances, but we're trying to get back on track. All right. So as custom has it for us here in Hayat Charlotte Kanas, we like to read the Hebrew, the ancient tongue, right? Which was retained and sustained coming from the Tower of Babel all the way out through the Most High's chosen vine or chosen people to what we have today. So we're going to read, we practice trying to understand observance of the Hebrew, reading the Hebrew, and comprehension of the Hebrew. So today we're going to be in the Old Testament, which allows us to go and read the Holy Tongue or the Lashon Kodash. And we're going to start in Numbers, the 29th chapter. I am Kahan Samak, or Priest Samak in the Hebrew, that will be presiding over today's Sabbath service. So Lord's will, all of those who are free, back home, are free from, all burdens that's going on, that you can sit back and enjoy and participate in the Lord's Sabbath day. All right. So in the Hebrew, 29:1 starts off with Waba Kadash. All right. Waba Kadash. Following. That's what you have out? Okay. This is Hebrew 29:1. Waba Kadash Hashaba Yaya Ba'akad La Kadash Makwara Kwadash Yahaya Lakam Ko Malakath Salak Malakath Ibadar La'a Tha'ishwa Yawum Thara Wa I Yahaya Yahaya Lakam. Verse 2. Wa Aish Yatham Al Ayla Lara Yak Nayakaka Layahawa Par Bun Bakwar Akad Ayol Akad Kabashim Bunyam Shana Shaba I Thama Yamum. Verse 3. Wamana Kathma Salath Balawa La Bashaman Shalasha Aisha Runyam Lapar Shanya Aisha Runyam La'ayol. Verse 4. Wa Aisharwan Akad Lakabash Ha'akad Lashaba'ith Hakabashim. Verse 5. Washa Ayar Aizyam Akad Kata'ath Lakapar Alyakam. Verse 6. Malabad Ailath Hakadash Wamana Kathwa Wa Ailath Hathumyad Wamana Kathwa Wana Sakyama. That should be Wana Sakyaham. Yeah, should be Wana Sakyaham for the plural. Yeah, because it's here, it's Wana Sak Yama. Connection is on the Ya and the Ha. It should be on the Ha and the Ma for Yum, plural. Yeah, because these are, yeah, this is dealing with the offering. Yeah. Yep. Plural. Kama Shapatma Lara Yak Naka Nayakaka Ashar Layahawa. Verse 7. Waba Aisha War La Kadash Hashaba Yaya Hazah Makwara Kwadash Yahaya Lakam Wa Ainyatham Ath Napa Shathyakam Ko Malak Malaka La'a Tha'ishwa. Verse 8. Wahakwa Rabtham Ilah La Yahawa Ra Yak Nayakaka Par Bun Bakwar Akad Ayol Akad Kabashim Bunyam Shana Shaba I Thama Yamum Yahayawa Lakam. Verse 9. Wamana Kathma Salath Bala Wala Basha Man Shalasha Aisha Runyam Lapar Shanya Aisha Runyam La'ayal Haka Salak Ha'akad. Verse 10. I Sharwan Lakabash Ha'akad lashaba'ith haka bashim, verse 11. Sha'ayar izim akad kata ath malabad kata ath haka paryam wa'ai lath hathamyad wamana kathar wana sak. That should be wana sak yaham. Yeah, drink off. Yeah. Fine. Verse 12. Wabaka ma shah aishara yawum la kadash hashaba yaya makura kodash yahaya lakam ko mala kath ibada la'a ta aishwa wa kagtham kag la yahawa shaba'aith yawumyum. Verse 13. Wahakwa Rabtham, Ilaw, Ashar, Rayak, Nayakaka, Layahawa, Paryam, Bunyam, Bakur, Shala Shah, Aishara, Ayalam, Shunyam, Kabashim, Bunyam, Shana, Ara Ba'ai, Aishara, Thama Yamum, Yahayawa. Verse 14. Wamana Kathma, Salath, Bala Wala, Bashaman, Shala Shah, Aishara Salak, Aisha Ranyam, Lapar, Ha'akad, Lashala Shah, Aishara, Paryam, Shanya, Aisha Ranyam, La'a Yo, Ha'akad, Lashanya, Ha'a Yalam. Verse 15. Wa'ai Sharwan, Sharwan, Lakabash, Ha'akad, La'araba Aishara, Kabashim. Verse 16. Washa Ayar, Izim, Akad, Kata Ath, Malabad, Ailath, Hathamyad, Manakathwa, Wana Sakwa. Verse 17. Waba Yawum, Hashanya, Paryam, Bunyam, Bakwar, Shunyam, Aishara, Ayalam, Shunyam, Kabashim, Bunyam, Shana, Araba, Aishara, Thama, Yamum. Verse 18. Wamana Kathma, Wana Sakyaham, Laparyam, La Yalam, Wala Kabashim, Bama Saparma. What is this? Bama Saparma. It's the end of 18. Bama Saparma, Kama Shapat. Verse 19. Washa Ayar, Izim, Akad, Kata'ath, Malabad, Ailath, Thamyad, Wamana Kathar, Wana Sakyaham. Verse 20. Wabaya Yum, Hashala Yum, Salak Hashala Yasha, Paryam, I Shathya, I Shara, Aya Lum, Shunyam, Kabashim, Bunyam, Shana, Ara Ba'ai, I Shara, Thama Yum, Salak Thama Yamum. Verse 21. Woman Kathma, Wana Sakyaham, Laparyam, La'a Yalam, Wala Kabashim, Bama Saparma, Kama Shapat. Verse 22. Washa Ayar, Kata'ath, Akad, Lama Bad, Ailath, Thumyad, Wamana Kathwa, Wana Sakwa. Verse 23. Waba Yawum, Habra Ba Yaya, Parya, Aishara, Ayalam, Shunyam, Ba Salak, Kabashim, Bunyam, Shana, Ara Ba'ai, Waya Salak, Waya Mar, Mashar, O Bunyam, Yasha Allah, Kako, Ashara, Tazwa Yahweh Ath Mashah. Verse, wait a minute. Oh, now I read in the 30. Yeah, I was done. I was done, right? 20, 30. Oh, no, I skipped. I skipped pages.
Because of the law.
Yeah, no, my page skipped. I skipped pages.
What verse are you on?
So I'm at 24, I think. I think I'm at 24. At the end of 24. Aishara Thama Yamum. Mana Kathma Wana Sakyaham.
What verse are you now?
I'm in 24.
Oh.
Mana Kathma Wana Sakyaham Laparium La Yalam Wala Kabashim Bama Saparma Kama Shapat, verse 25. Washa Ayar Izium Akad Kata'ath Malabad Ailath Hathumyad Mana Kathwa Wana Sakwa, verse 26. Waba Yawum Haka Mayasha Parium Tasha Ayalam Shunyam Kabashim Bunyam Shana Araba Aishara Thama Yomum. Wana Salak Wamana Kathma Wana Sakyaham Laparium La Aya Lum Wala Kabashim Bama Saparma Kama Shapat, verse 28. Washa Ayar Kata Ath Akad Lama Bad Salak Malabad Ailath Hathumyad Wamana Kathwa Wana Sakwa, verse 29. Waba Yawum Hashashaya Parium Shama Na Aya Lum Shunyam Kabashim Bunyam Shana Araba Aishara Thama Yamum, verse 30. Wamana Kathma Wana Sakyaham Laparium La Aya Lum Wala Kabashim Bama Saparma Kama Shapat, verse 31. Washa Ayar Kata'ath Akad Malabad Ailath Hathumyad Mana Kathwa Wana Sakyawa, verse 32. Waba Yawum Hashaba Yaya Parium Shaba'ai Aya Lum Shunyam Kabashim Bunyam Shana Araba'ai Aishara Thama Yamum, verse 33. Wamana Kathma Wana Sakama Laparium La Aya Lum Wala Kabashim Bama Saparma Kama Shapat Salak Kama Shapa. That should be Kama Shapatma. What is this? 33? Yeah. Kama Shapatma. Verse 34. Washa Ayar Kata Ath Akad Lama Bad. It's like Malabad Ailath Hathumyad Mana Kathwa Wana Sakwa, verse 35. Bayawum Hashama Yunya Aitaza Rath Thaha Ya Lakam Ko Mala Kath Ibada La'a Ta'ishwa, verse 36. Wahakwa Rabtham Ilah Aisha Rayak Nayakaka Layahawa Pa Akud Ayol Akud Ba Salak Kabashim Bunyam Shana Shaba'ai Thama Yamum, verse 37. Mana Kathma Wana Sakyaham Salak Wana Sak. What is this? 37?
Yeah.
So this should be, it's like it's missing a hum. Should be Wana Sakyaham. Yeah.
You have right?
No, it's not there. is different, but this is drink offerings. So it should be when sak yaham. Yeah, plural.
There's not the plural there?
No, it's like the ha is missing. But it should be one of sak yaham for yeah. For mana kathma for the meat offering and the drink and the drink offering. So the drink offering should be na sakyaham. So when a sakyaham lapar la ayo wala kabashim bama saparma kama shapat, verse 38. Washa ayar kataath akad malabad ailath ha thumyad wamana kathwa wana sakwa, verse 39, last verse. Which one?
One sak.
I have a wa. It's a wa at the end on this one.
I mean, that's why I stick with this one. That is good, you know, for the link ups.
What's good for the link ups?
The agent.
Yes. So 29 and 20. What is that? 38? Yeah, that was 38. 38. All right. What does it say? Wanna I don't even see where that. Where is this? This is the beginning of 38. Yes, Saha. Sakha. So Sakha, verse 39, last verse. Olha, Tha'ishwa, La Yahawa, Bama, Wa Ayyakam, Labad, Mana Dar Yakam, Wana the Bath Yakam, La I Lath Yakam, Wala ma Nakath Yakam, Wala ma Salak, Wala na Sak Yakam, Wala Shalom Yakam. Peace. Shalom Yakam. Peace offerings. All right. I think that's it's the last verse. Last word in the last verse. Shalom. So now we're reading in the English, Numbers 29 chapter. So if you remember a few weeks back when we was in last in Numbers, we was going through the Sabbaths, the daily offerings, the Sabbath offerings, the new moon offerings, and then we was getting into the high holy day offerings, right? The sacrifices that were associated or that are associated with the holy days, knowing that we don't sacrifice now anymore due to Yahweh's offering of himself. We don't go through the sin offerings for sacrifice, and we don't have a temple set up where the Levites would conduct these types of offerings as well. In the kingdom, all of these offerings will go back to its original state, minus sin offerings for Israel. All right, so Numbers 29 and 1, it says, and in the 7th month, on the first day of the month. So now somebody paying attention, right? So we went through this last night. It says 29 and 1, and in the 7th month, on the first day of the month, what is on the 7th month, first day of the month? Zakar. 7th month, first day of the month. He was rattling them off this evening in class. He's like, yeah, I ain't looking down at nothing. Nah, you forgot that quick. No. 7th month. Passover's in the 1st month. What's in the 7th month? 1st day of the 7th month. What holy day is the 7th month, 1st day?
I don't know. I can't grab it.
Can't grab it, right? You lost your notes where you was looking at last night? Lost your place?
No. I got that.
I mean, you rattled it off the top of your head. You forgot it?
I was studying earlier. I don't know.
All right, so let's finish.
What's that line? You know the line?
I don't know what line you're talking about. Telephone line? Telephone line? Oh, your little
Yeah. You know the line?
No.
Can I ask him a question, man?
Go ahead.
What do we do every month? Every single month.
The new month. The new moon.
Okay. But this one is a holy day on the 7th new moon. Which one is that? Remember that one, Yawakanan? The memorial of what? Of blowing of the trumpets, right? So that's what this is going to talk about. And in the 7th month, on the 1st day of the month, ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work. It is a day of blowing the trumpets unto you. So if you just read the verse, you guys through the verse, you would have gotten a hint of, that this is the holy day of memorial blowing of the trumpets, because you're blowing the trumpets on this day, right?
So that's the 7th month. So
this the 7th month, 1st day of the month. It's a new moon, but it's also the observance of the memorial blowing of the trumpets, right? So we already went through it this evening as far as for what the trumpet signifies to Israel. Should be in your notes, right? So like we said, this is going to be added on to the priest test, right? This is going to be added on. You got to know the holy days in order and its significance, right? It says, ye shall offer a burnt offering for a sweet savor unto the Lord. 1 young bullock, 1 ram, and 7 lambs of the 1st year without blemish. So out of the cattle of the herd, we had to go and find a bullock, a ram, and 7 lambs that's over a year old, right? Not still nursing in its mother's milk, but past that stage, and now it is ready to be offered to the Most High, right? Verse 3, and their meat offering shall be a flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deals for a bullock and 2/10 deals for a ram, right? So each sacrifice, each one of the cattle offerings had a meat offering associated with it and its specifics, right? 1/10 deal for 1 lamb, verse 4, throughout the 7 lambs, right? So the 7 lambs had 1/10, the bullock had 3, and the ram had 2/10 deal. So that's the measure of the meat offering that was associated with those sacrifices for the memorial blowing of the trumpets. Then it says in verse 5, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering to make an atonement for you, right? So this is why I said earlier, these right now are not being conducted because we don't have the full setup and full structure, right? We don't have the true bloodlines of those who come out of Aaron's lineage to conduct the priesthood. We don't have the temple set up, right? But we have makeshift sanctuaries where we still come together and we do those things that we're able to do. But now it says 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering to make an atonement for you. And I mentioned in the beginning of this that moving forward, after we come out of this kingdom, we won't have to do a sin offering for Israel anymore. Why? Why will we not have to do a sin offering for Israel?
They sacrifice an animal?
Right.
For the Jesus.
Say again? We won't sin anymore. Why won't we sin anymore? Because the Most High said it in Jeremiah 30:30 and Hebrews 8:8 on down that he would put the law in our inward parts, right? We would know the Lord. We won't have to teach each other about knowing the law and the commandments in his will. We will know them, right? So we will not be the ones committing iniquity and having to go offer up a sin offering to the Most High to atone for sins, right? Then we will be like Yahushua as far as being perfect in keeping the law. Yahukanan.
Yeah, I just want to reiterate what you said about the Most. That we don't have the temple, but the Most are gonna set up where we have our schools, to do like a drink offering, or together. Okay. I'm just gonna read Ezekiel 11 and 16. Ezekiel 11 and 16. Therefore say, thus said the Lord God, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come. So although we don't have the temple and we're not in our homeland, the Most High gonna set up a little sanctuary, a little churches that we gather together as Israelites to worship the Most High.
Come right now. Right. Right. That's a good verse. Actually, Zakar, that's a good verse to put with what you had last night. Yep. I don't know if you paid attention to what Yahukanan brought out. But because we wouldn't have the temple, because we wouldn't be, our homeland, the Most High would set up sanctuary. Shalom. How you doing, brother?
And what was your question? See, I thought you said sacrificing. That ain't about the animal?
What?
Yes, it ain't.
No, I said what? I didn't say. I said what? I didn't understand what you're saying.
About the sacrifice.
Right. The sin offering, the sin sacrifice.
And which one it is with Jesus? We don't do that no more because of Jesus.
Right. Sin sacrifice.
That's the sin sacrifice because we have Jesus.
Right.
That's what he died for. And a couple other things.
Right. You can write down just as a point of reference Matthew's 1:21.
Okay, all of them.
Got it?
Got it.
Which reads, and she shall bring forth the son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus. In English, Yahushua in the Hebrew, for he shall save his people from their sins. Right? So the sins is what Yahushua came to redeem or save us from.
Right. By
dying on the cross and being an example for us to give us light on how to walk in the Most High's will. Right? Now, as far as for the other burnt offerings and things that we do during the actual services, we don't do those also because we don't have that structure set up. So this is why Yahukanam pulled that verse in Ezekiel to show that the Most High would now set up, be a sanctuary for us in the places that we are. Right? So when Christ said, when two or more are gathered together in my name, there I am in the midst. So Yahushua is amongst us, the Most High is amongst us, where we are in Philly, where we are in Jersey, New York, Chicago, LA, Dallas, Amsterdam, Germany, wherever you have camps throughout the four corners of the earth who are rehearsing and walking in the light of the Most High, the Lord has a small sanctuary of himself throughout all those different places. All right, his presence is there. So that was, we in Numbers 29.
29, 30.
Yes. Done. So back in Numbers 29, we at the 6th verse now. It said, beside the burnt offering of the month and his meat offering and the daily burnt offering, and his meat offering, and their drink offerings, according unto their manner, for a sweet savor, a sacrifice made by fire unto the Lord. Right? So this one was done for the first month, the memorial blowing of the trumpets, and all the sacrifices associated with them, besides everything that we would normally do. Right? So I said, beside the burnt offering of the month. So in a normal new moon, you have an offering that's done. On this 7th new moon, you had an additional set of offerings that was done. Right? Verse 7. And ye shall have on the 10th day of this 7th month. What's on the 10th day of the 7th month? Zakar. What happens on the 10th day of the 7th month?
Don't do any work. You shall afflict your soul.
What holy day is this on the 10th day of the 7th month?
I guess it would be next one.
No. But I'm gonna give him Day of Atonement. There you go. Day of Atonement on the 10th day of the 7th month. So it says, and ye shall have a 10th day of the 7th month, and holy convocation, and ye shall afflict your souls, ye shall not do any work therein. So this is a good example of precept upon precept, here a little, there a little, right? Because if you were just reading Numbers and you're reading this chapter, it tells you that you're going to have a holy convocation. It says you're going to afflict your souls. But now it doesn't say that this is a day of atonement, right? ATONE MENT. M as in Mary. MEN as in Nancy T. Yes, atonement. So you would have to use here a little, there a little, to go back to Leviticus, the 16th chapter, go back to Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, to get the association that this is dealing with the atonement day. Right. Right. So it says, ye shall not do any work therein, but ye shall offer a burnt offering unto the Lord for a sweet savor, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, and 7 lambs of the first year. They shall be unto you without blemish. Right. So this is the same offering as far as for the burnt offering that you do on the memorial blowing of the trumpets. 1 bullock, 1 ram, 7 lambs of the first year is also offered on the Day of Atonement. And then it says, and their meat offering shall be a flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deals for a bullock, and 2/10 deal for a ram, and several 10th deal for 1 lamb throughout the 7 lambs. Right? So it's pretty much the same thing being mirrored over. Verse 11, and it reads, 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the sin offering of atonement, and the continual burnt offering, and the meat offering of it, and their drink offerings. Right? So this is another kid goat for a sin offering besides the normal sin offerings that's given daily. Right? So now here it is. We've gone through 2 holy days. Memorial blowing of the trumpets, Day of Atonement. What's next? Huh? What's the next holy day after the Feast of the Tabernacles? Right, the Feast of the Tabernacles is going. The Most High, He Himself is going in order in these 2 chapters. In this chapter? Ourselves right now? Well, which are what? Passover and Day of Simon. What's next? What's coming up? Feast of the First Fruits, or Pentecost, Feast of Weeks.
You ain't got one of these papers?
The summer feast.
What's the summer feast, summer holy day?
I think the machine, can't you copy on the machine back there?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to break down that so you can't.
All right, so
I want you to think I'm smarter than you.
We have verse 12 now.
I mean, Shema. What did you do the first verse with him?
What
the first verse you did with me?
Which one?
The blowing of the horn.
What about it?
With him. Not with I.
No, I'm doing it. I'm gonna get the other ones. And on the 15th day of the 7th month, ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work, and ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days. Right? So now it says, on the 15th day of the 7th month, ye shall have an holy convocation. Right? Meaning we all come together, keep it as a Sabbath. No work supposed to be done. And then from that day, it's supposed to be a 7-day feast. Right? Now, just off the top, for in its totality, in its completeness, in its entirety, when we keep the Feast of the Tabernacles in its entirety, how many days is the Feast of Tabernacles?
7 days. 8.
Say again?
7 days.
You say 7. You say what?
8.
8. You didn't say anything? Zakar is right? It's 8 days, right? But now here is saying 7 days because it's going to be something that concludes after the 7th day, right? So now, as we read through all of this, make sure we get to that point where it kind of highlights or separates it out. Right. Then it's going to get into the next one, because 7 days, something specific was being done on or during the Feast of Tabernacles. What is being done during the Feast of Tabernacles? When we keep the Feast of Tabernacles, what are we doing? Or what is the memorial of that feast? Something specific the Most High had Israel do for 7 days. The first 7 days of the 8 days, the Most High had Israel do something specific.
Burnt offering, meat offering, and gathering, harvest.
Feast of Tabernacle. What's a tabernacle? Say again. Like a tent, a dwelling place, right? That's what it is, a tabernacle, right? So you got the tabernacle that we have. No, the tabernacle is like a tent or dwelling place, not a gathering. The convocation is the gathering. The holy convocation is the gathering. You would go to a tabernacle to gather at, right? You would convocate at a tabernacle. That's why they have certain churches, they call them something tabernacle, right? Brooklyn Tabernacle, right? And you got thousands of people who go and fill up in there, right? So the tabernacle is just the building, the tent, or the dwelling place. Right. A synagogue is like a tabernacle.
Okay, I forgot how to use certain words. Like a place you meet at.
Okay, yeah. Well, I don't want to say no. I don't want to say a place you meet at, because that's why I have to be specific, because you can meet on the corner, right? You can meet at the top of the hill. You can meet. No, to be clear, say it's like a dwelling place, a tent. The reason why it's being specific, because during the Feast of Tabernacles, the Most High had us dwell where? In booths.
Okay, all right.
In a tent.
Okay.
Right? Not just anywhere that we congregated. No, you had to go and dwell inside of a booth.
That's what he calls a booth.
Right. And you'll see in the scriptures the Feast of Booths. Right? That's another name that's in the Bible for the Feast of Tabernacles, Feast of Booths. Right? So now, as you're dwelling in the booths, the Most High tells you in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, flip there real quick.
23rd, Passover. What we at? 24.
20. We at what? Back in Numbers?
Yeah, I'm on in Leviticus.
Well, in Leviticus we at chapter 23.
Yeah, right. I'm on it, but
and now I'm going to
verse 30.
No. I'm going to verse. Give me a minute. Verse 42, actually 40, 23 and 40. All right. So now it says in Leviticus 23 and 40, and ye shall take you on the first day the boughs of goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and the boughs of thick trees, and willows of the brook, and ye shall rejoice before your power, so like the Lord your power, 7 days. So within our dwelling area, the Most High had us go out and choose specific types of trees, cut them down for another reason, right? Take these the palm trees, the thick trees of the boughs, the willows of the brook, go and get those, cut them down, take the leaves and bring them back, right? It says, and ye shall keep it a feast unto the Lord 7 days in the year. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. Ye shall celebrate it in the 7th month. Now, here it comes. Verse 42. Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths, right? Why are we dwelling in booths? Verse 43. That your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths. When did the Most High make us dwell in booths? When I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. So when we came out of Egypt, we went into the wilderness. Right. 40 years. The Most High had us dwelling in booths, nomads wandering around. So we had to have mobile houses, right? So now, as a memorial of that event, for those 40-year period, the Lord now set this holy day up and said for the 7-day period, all Israelites are now commanded to dwell in booths. So now for those 7 days, there's a certain offering that's associated with those 7 days while we're dwelling in booths. That's what we're reading in Numbers, the 29th chapter now. Right. Those offerings associated with the first 7 of the 8 days of the Feast of Tabernacles. All right.
What day we on over here? The 2nd day?
No.
Because over here, verse 26 is the 5th day. 23rd is the 4th.
Yeah, we didn't get there. You jumped in.
With you, bro.
So now, going back to Numbers 29. So now we at verse 13. It says, and ye shall offer a burnt offering, a sacrifice made by fire of a sweet savor unto the Lord. 13 young bullocks. Before we was reading 1 young bullock for memorial blowing the trumpet, 1 on the Day of Atonement. Now we on the first day got 13 young bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year. They shall be without blemish, and their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil. 3/10 deals for unto every bullock. Of the 13 bullocks, 2/10 deals to each ram of the 2 rams, and a several tenth deal to each lamb of the 14th lamb, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offerings, his meat offering, and his drink offerings. So,
wait a minute, do that what you had to do individually or group did that?
This is what was done. The priest did this as the offering for the specific day during the day, the Feast of Tabernacles. And then keep in mind, because we read 3 weeks ago in the previous chapter about the continual offerings that's done on a daily basis, and then the offerings that's done on the Sabbath days, and the offerings that's done on the new moons. These are not to overrule those. Those are still done for its purpose. This is done on top of that if the day falls on that day, right? So now if this falls, the first day falls on the Sabbath day, you still do the Sabbath day offerings, the normal Sabbath day offerings, but then you bring these offerings and do this for the first day of the Feast of the Tabernacles. So now you have to have, this is where the Most High has it, where Israel now, the other tribes, you know, with their tithes, they bring offerings to the priests so that they can go and continue to perform these offerings for the Most High, right? So now, even when it talks about the one kid goat for the sin offering, that was represent for all Israel, that sin offering for that holy day or that Sabbath day or that new moon day, right? So this was on top of the Sabbath day sacrifice for sin. Now you have one for the Feast of the Tabernacles, first day, right? That's what the law said, one goat, right? And this is just for the first day of the Feast of the Tabernacles. Now we have verse 17. And on the second day, you shall offer 12 young bullocks. The first day was 13. Second day is now 12. 2 rams, 14 lambs of the first year without spot. So everything is the same. You just have one less bullock. And their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number after the manner. And 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering and the meat offering thereof, and their drink offerings, right? So to not be confused, to not get it twisted, the Most High has at the end each time to specify, because, you know, sometimes Israel, you know, will get things misconstrued, right? If you don't bang it on our head sometimes, it don't stick. Like right now, you know, last night we went through these same holy days. Come back. What's the 7 days, 7 months first day? You forgot, right? In the matter of like a few hours, we forgot. So it got to be hammered in. Verse 20. And on the third day, 11 bullocks, 2 rams, 14 lambs of the first year without blemish. And their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number after the number. And 1 goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offerings and his meat offering and his drink offering. 23. And on the 4th day, 10 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without blemish. Their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number after their manner. And 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, his meat offering, and his drink offering. Verse 26. And on the 5th day, 9 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without spot, and their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number after their manner. And 1 goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, and his meat offering and his drink offering. On the 6th day, 8 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without blemish. And their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to them, to their number, after the manner, right? So now, as you pay attention, the Most High, or as it's being written, the repetitiveness of certain things have kind of died off, right? Because when you read the 30th verse, it says, and their meat offerings and drink offerings, so forth and so on. It doesn't give you now the measurement of those. It now just says after their offerings, right? Because if you paid attention, they were the same. Yeah, those meat offerings and drink offerings were the same for all down the board. So it's repetitive. So now you should pick that up. The only difference is now the cattle, the bullock is being decreased each day. Right?
Yeah, that's what I'm read the scripture, because the priests are offering these burnt offering, these offering, and so on and so forth. They're kindling fire and they doing all of these things, right? So Matthew 12:5. Yeah, Matthew 12:5 says, or have ye not read in the law how that on the Sabbath days, the priests in the temple profane the Sabbath and are blameless. So the priests are kindling fire and doing all these offerings, and they're blameless because the most are required. But the average citizen can't kindle that fire.
Right. The offering of the sacrifice with blood being shed and everything else to go and sacrifice those animals, right? Now the priests themselves are profane according to uncleanness laws. But this is what the Most High had set up that they do every day in the temple, right? But they are left blameless by the Most High because they're doing the will of the Most High, right? This is why even when we do the feast that goes 7 and 8 days, we'll say, yeah, on these days, as we're reading these offerings, this was a feast week. So now we cook on the Sabbath day, right? Because this is what the Most High prescribed for us to do. So now we ain't going to come to the Sabbath day and say, oh, no, I don't want to be held accountable for cooking on the Sabbath day. But no, this is a feast week that the Most High says that this is a high holy day, right? So on this day, this is something specific that I'm allowing you or commanding you to do. So it makes sense that now, okay, cool. If the Most High is saying how to do it, then it's okay. And I'm blameless. Right. So nobody can come back and say, oh, man, you know, it's a Sabbath. Why are you cooking and eating and doing this thing? It's the feast, but it's a Sabbath. But the Lord is telling us to do it. Verse 28. And 1 goat for a sin offering, beside the continued burnt offering and his meat offering and his drink offering. 29. And on the 6th day, 8 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without blemish. And their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number after the manner. And 1 goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, his meat offering, and his drink offering. Verse 32. And on the 7th day, 7 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without blemish. And their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number after the manner. 1 goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, his meat offering, and his drink offering. So now, going back to verse 12, it says, and on the 15th day of the 7th month, you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no servile work, and ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days. We just read 7 days of the offerings that was done for that period, right? 7 days to keep a feast. Now, back to verse 35. And on the 8th day, ye shall have a solemn assembly. Ye shall do no servile work therein. So now 7 days is gone by, right? First day is a holy convocation of the 7, right? Then you go 6 more. Now, after the 7 is complete, now you have the 8th. We all come together for a solemn or holy convocation, right? Then it says, you shall do no servile work, but ye shall offer a burnt offering, a sacrifice made by fire of a sweet savor unto the Lord. 1 bullock, 1 ram, 7 lambs of the first year without blemish. So now this doesn't go in line with the same offerings that was being done day by day. Went from 7 lambs to just 1 lamb on the 8th day, right? Their meat offering and their drink offering for the bullock, for the ram, and for the lamb shall be according to their number after the manner. So it's the same again for the measurement of those offerings. So now what do we do on the 8th day? Because it says 7 days, we read in Leviticus, we dwell in booths. Then what happens after the 7 days? You come out the booth, right? You come out of dwelling in the booth, and then you go back to your normal abode, or your normal place of dwelling, or your normal house structure, whether it's an apartment, a house, a condo, whatever, right? You go back to that. So then now this comes out and makes it another type of event for Israel for dwelling in booths. So now if you've never done it or had that experience, you